Honorable Member Munish Rajan Priya.
Sir, a long time the debate on the budget is continuing, and I am hearing for the long time from the stalwarts of our August House, including the ex-finance minister and honorable speakers from the Treasury bench. Sir, Honorable Minister of State Finance is here. I am missing the Honorable Finance Minister, Madam Nirmala Sitharaman ji. So I am perplexed because of my long experience to have in the Assembly and then came to this August House regarding the presentability and the form of presentation of the budget. I am really astonished. The financial figures is not tabled in the budget speech. And they have directed, Honorable Finance Minister has requested as and directed, it will be available in the other documents. I have never experienced in my 40 years of parliamentary democracy in Assembly and 2 years in this August House that these sort of directive principles from the Finance Ministry has come to us and we have to swallow. This is something very interesting. Very interesting. So what is happening? The one figure is quoted in the budget speech and another is reflected in the second volume, Economic Survey, page number A59, very interestingly, and both are confronting each other. I request through you, kindly come out with the explanatory note during the reply of the budget speech, why it has happened. Is it a jugglery of the statistics or a suppression of the real facts of the sad economic situation and drowning economic situation of our country? Because, sir, I am quoting from page number A59 of the Economic Survey, second volume. Here, in 2018-19 budget estimate, the revenue receipt is 17,25,738 crore. Revised estimate, 17,29,682. And very interestingly, this is the first time I am watching in a financial document in my 40 years of experience that provisional actual. I had the experience to read actuals, but I never read, this is the first time in my life, provisional actuals. Where from this terminology came in the budget document? Provisional actuals. 15,63,170 crore, which is correct. With which data and document I will proceed with my budget speech? I am confused. I am really confused. And this is something I am through you requesting, I cannot charge, requesting the Finance Minister, Madam Nirmala Sitharaman ji, are you suppressing something to hide your disastrous economic situation of revenue mop-up and expenditure? Kindly clarify. Kindly clarify on an economic standpoint, not on literary or academic standpoint. This is my first submission. Second, everyone is speaking regarding the unemployment. The budget has got 4 engines. We have heard it from Honorable Mr. Chidambaram, Mr. Kapil Sibal and other speakers. They have spoke in that context very nicely, elaborately. Sir, I am concerned about the serious situation of our farm sector, agricultural sector, industry sector, and manufacturing sector, and unemployment problems. I will concentrate on water crisis. Sir, agriculture has come down to the bottom level, 2.9%. Even in the fourth quarter, of 18-19 it has come down to minus 0.1%. But to have aggregate effect, it has attained 2.9%. Never before India witnessed such sort of low percentage of growth in agriculture in our country. The result is sufferings of the farmers and the laborers who are associated with the farm sector. In the last 4 years, in the last 5 years, sir, 3 years NCRB is not coming. National Crime Record Bureau. They have suppressed it, this government. Up to 16, the figure is available. 14, 15, 16. Every year, on an average, 10,000 farmers and associated laborers committed suicide. It amounts to 30,000 already reached minus 3 years. Sir, it is not a question which state is witnessing, which government is not protecting. It's a question our farmers are committing suicide. What is the remedial measure? 6,000 rupees a year. Only. What is the cost of the production of the crops? What is the MSP? What is the sum up to help the farmers who are in distress? The government should think and give a light on that issue. Sir, industry has come down to 4.2% from 8% from 17-18. Sir, manufacturing sector has come to 3.1% from 8.6% from 17-18. Sir, as a result, the dream of 5 trillion economy of India, I do not know where from it will come and where from it will be reflected. But the GDP growth rate has halted in 6.8%. And in the fourth quarter of this ending financial year, it came down to 5.8% even. The sum of projection is 6.8%. This is the situation. We have to accept the reality. Sir, when we are discussing in this August House our great country India, the hunger index, global hunger index, it is 31.1 and India ranks 103 out of 119 countries. Such a pitiable situation. The global hunger index, India attended 103 out of 119 countries, having point 31.1. Such a precarious situation of Indian economy and Indian situation. So malnutrition and stunted growth of the children. Where India stands with 47.21% of world 150.8%. India, Pakistan and Nigeria, these 3 countries are the home of 50% of world stunted growth and malnutrition children within 5 years. And we are discussing the economy of our country with the dream of 5 trillion economy within 5 years. सपनों देखना तो अच्छा है, reality ये तो बड़ी चीज है. Sir, 15 and 16, there was a survey of the National Family Health Survey, NFHS. Sir, 53% of the women under the age of 15 to 49 and 50.3% of the pregnant women in India are anemic, seriously anemic. Seriously anemic. And we are thinking about 5 trillion economy. Yes, national survey. I'm quoting from. Sir.
Bengal is not outside India.
I'm talking about India, madam. Sir, I'm
Bengal
talking
is
about
not-
India.
West
Sir,
Bengal has not accepted
Sir,
the government's initiative
sir, I'm coming to that. I'm
reducing
coming to that.
malnutrition. That is what I was
Sir,
telling
I'm
the
coming to
gentleman.
that. My time is going. Sir, we are thinking of 5 trillion economy. One doctor, 11,000 patients. in India. One doctor, 11,000 patients in India. Sir, unemployment. Sir, as a result of reaching of the bottom level of the manufacturing sector and industry, the industry, particularly automobile, have been strongly hit, and other sector also. And as a result, the unemployment in post-demonetization period, who were in the service, were retrenched in the tune of 1 crore 10 lakh people. Study conducted by CMII. Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, it is an accepted figure all worldwide. Not only in India, my dear minister. It is all India, not only in India, it is accepted in the worldwide. Sir, what is happening?
Bengal, there is a lot of employment in the form of syndicating Bengal.
Let me finish. Honorable Minister, have patience, have patience. I respect you. I love you.
You address the chair. Sir, you address the chair.
Listen, sir. And for what is the situation? Sir, unemployment rate has reached to the sky level, highest peak, 6.1%, which was suppressed for 4 months by the government, but ultimately came out in the public domain. Sir, I am not attacking anyone, I am not criticizing anyone, I am just bringing the figures, situation, data, reality to the public domain and for debate. And to make the government conscious, please take care, otherwise we are moving toward disastrous situation. Disastrous situation. Sir, I am coming to the other points. Sir, economists and technologists, they have observed some lines, I quote, the lack of new projects and poor employment elasticity, coupled with the crisis posed by the attempt to build a cashless economy, are the reasons for the employment loss. Indian policymakers and institutions like Niti Aayog should accept the fact that the employment elasticity in the country is less than that of African countries and the middle income countries, and neither proper method nor any correction mechanism has been suggested by the authorities appointed by the Government of India. No economic advisor in the country pays any attention to this. The Finance Ministry too completely ignores the fact such manufactured ignorance is the root of cause of massive social and economic inequality in the country. Manufactured ignorance. Sir, I am reiterating the word, manufactured ignorance. This is the real cause. And avoidance. With high pride, we know everything. Nobody knows anything. We know everything. Nobody knows anything. That is the problem of our present situation. The banks, they are proudly, Honorable Finance Minister proudly announced that 70,000 to 80,000 crore will be pumped into the banks for their normal works and credit delivery. What is the NPA level? Sir, as on 31st March 2050, NPA level was 1,92,809 crore. It has reached to 31st March 2017, 4,62,114 crore. Sir, it has reached to 6,16,586 crore on 31st March 2018. And even after that, the people are eating money, people are squeezing money, people are destroying the nationalized banks, which are the property of the people of India. The Finance Minister, with all blessings to that bankers, is pumping 80,000 crores to the banks. Why, sir? The people who eaten money flew away from the country. And the people who ate money, they are even living in this country. But farmers' debt burden is not relieved. They are not thinking of farmers' debt burden to waive out, not to give any waiving effect on the farmers' burden. As a result, the farmers and the associated laborers with the farm sectors are committing suicide every year, every year. I want to know from the government, through you, what are the reasons of not publishing the NCRB, National Crime Record Bureau, for the last 3 years? Because they have to come out with the number of suicides in the farm sectors in the last 3 years, which will reach 60,000.
Sir, you try to conclude. 2 minutes,
Sir.
2 minutes.
Sir, please give me a time. It will reach 60,000 farm sector death and suicide in India. And our country's prestige, dignity, integrity, fame will be at stake if they publish this document. Sir, my submission in this context is they are very proud of introduction of GST, no doubt of it. So GST has got 3 components, CGST, GST, SGST. I want to know from the Honorable Finance Minister very categorically, what is the amount of GST mopped up for the last 2 years? What is her view to mop up the GST in the in the present financial year? Because it is linked with the state's interest.
Vishwajit.
The state governments are very dependent on their share of GST.
Sir, please conclude.
Mopped up, sir,
Honorable member, please
sir,
conclude.
just a minute. Mopped up from the share of the GST, and the state government do take help their share of the GST to run the economic show in their own state. I am not talking about my state. Sir, only 1 minute, sir. Sir, my Chief Minister, Mamata Banerjee, they are talking about the farm sector, so many. Sir, I want to exhibit 2-3 words. My Chief Minister, Madam Mamata Banerjee, has already declared any member of the farmer's family, if dies, the members of the family will get 2 lakhs. Any member of the family of the farmers will not give any mutation fee,
Yes,
any
please
land
conclude,
revenue,
conclude.
sir, and 5,000 rupees every year for the farming. And it was announced 1 year back, and ultimately the central government thought of it in this budget session. But I should press upon the government, through you, that think of the unemployment, think of the farm sector, think of the manufacturing sector. Don't go with the
Vishwajit.
inflated economic figure
Please.
for dreaming of 5 trillion economy
Yes,
in India.
conclude,
Thank you, sir.
conclude.